Hello guys, good morning, welcome. In today's video we're going to do something slightly different. We will change the sprockets front and rear, and we will use a nice DID chain. The reason for that is I just want a little bit more acceleration from the bike, because I never really ride motorways, so top speed is not my priority. Currently the bike runs stock 16 front, 43 rear, and we will add 15 front, 44 rear. This combo will also be the same for all VFR variants, even the F or the older VFR VTEX. So if you have a VFR and you're thinking similar combo, this is the video for you. If you have any other bike and you are thinking a similar combo, this is also the video for you. Most people know that. Minus teeth in the front means acceleration, and larger on the back means acceleration. So if you want, let's say, cruising speed, top speed, you have to go smaller on the back and larger on the front. But keep in mind, the front sprocket, any change is significant. For example, if you change, let's say you add +1 teeth on the rear sprocket, you're only gaining about 2% of acceleration. So you're losing 2% of your top speed, let's say, or your rev counter, and you gain it as an acceleration. But if you go, for example, -1 on the front sprocket, that equals to 3 on the rear. For example, if my bike stock has 43 and I put 46, or I change the front sprocket and I go -1, it will have the same type of acceleration. Something to keep in mind is that you have to calculate your combo before you do it. You don't just choose whatever you want and hoping that the chain will fit. The chain needs to be a match. For example, I'm running stock combo, a chain of 110 links. Now that I changed my sprockets, my calculation said 112 links. So that's going to be more beneficial. In some cases you can use the same chain, but it will bring a lot of restraint on your sprocket and gearbox, of course, and it will wear faster. So make sure that you choose the right links for your chain. So we will try this combo. Now you can see, for example, I'm cruising at 20 miles per hour, 22. Second gear, 3000 RPM. So let's see with the chains what will be my cruising speed. If I go third gear at 2,500 RPM, I have 22 as well. So if I go second gear 3000, if I give full throttle, yeah, that's what I got. So that was second gear 3000. We're going to do the same thing once we change the sprocket. So in theory we should have about 8.7% more acceleration and minus 8.7% in terms of top speed. Well, yet to be seen. I don't know if that's going to be accurate enough. I hope it will be, because like I said, I do not need top speed. On the motorway, 70-75 is fine, you know, and if there is a little bit more fuel consumption, it's also fine. Things to keep in mind, obviously. If you change your sprockets, you should expect higher fuel consumption, of course. In many cases, if your speedometer GPS, let's say, it's not a GPS, but your speedometer reading, it's not on the front ABS, there is a way that it will show wrong readings. And I don't remember if this bike has it on the front or not, but we will check that, because now I'm going exactly 21 and my GPS says 19, which is accurate. It's about few percents up. So we will check that as well. So if you have a VFR, that's going to help you as well. If you have an older bike, you know, and obviously it's on the front ABS, you should be fine. Okay, let's see. First, 4000 RPM. I mean, it goes well. Second, 4000 RPM, full throttle. Let's make sure it's not cops. Okay, 4000 RPM, 6000 RPM. Stock is fine, it's not a problem. It goes fine. In this bike, the 5th and the 6th gear are overdrive. I don't think so that's necessary. So the top speed, it comes on 4th gear. Top speed 144 miles, whatever that is. On a closed circuit, obviously. Sprocket of choice, front and rear. JT, chain, DID, X O-ring, whatever gold. Let's see how busy are these guys. For your reference, Clever Motorcycles E3. I will see. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. See you, mate. Alright guys, we just finished in the garage. Let's see the difference it made. I have no idea. Obviously I'll try to take it slower than I should, because I have no idea what to expect. So let's go. Oh, I can see the gearing is already sorted. Alright. I'm gonna let it get warm for a little and the oil to go through the whole thing before I'm pushing it. But immediately from the first gear, I felt that the gearing was shorter, you know. Can I start with second? I can. The second gear is like first now. Okay, 2000 RPM, third gear. Yeah, the pull is, it's very obvious. Previously with 2000 RPMs and third gear, it wouldn't move at all. As it shouldn't. It's a 4-cylinder bike, V4, so it comes alive after 9. And now we could just overtake on 2000 RPM, third gear. Second gear, 2000 RPMs. Nice strong pull, as it should. 3000 RPM, second gear. Yeah, it has a very different pull. It's like suddenly I gain 20-30 horsepower out of nowhere. And I can't even imagine how strong it's gonna be when you go above 6 or 7. It's a different bike. So one more time for those who didn't pay close attention, I went from 16 teeth front and 43 rear to 15 front and 44 rear. Mind you, yeah, we haven't even been anything more than 5000 RPM yet. And this bike comes alive at after 8 to 12 and a half. It's where you go fast. So we have such a strong pull on those low RPMs. I can only imagine what's going to happen if I go full throttle from the second gear, third, fourth, fifth, using the quick shifter. I'm also curious to see my my top speed now on each gear. Oh my god. When the VTEC kicks in, even with half throttle, the pull was crazy. Now on the low RPMs, it acts like a 2-cylinder bike. It gives me the feeling that I had when I used to ride the Tracer 7, which is like an MT-07 engine. Because on that bike, it doesn't matter what gear you were in, it was always pulling. It wasn't fast or anything, it was just the pulling power was amazing. I think the difference would be way more obvious as well when I'm gonna try a pillion passenger and all the boxes. Because obviously this bike doesn't have so much power, around 110 horsepower probably. So when you have like a lot of weight, a pillion and the panniers and the box, obviously it loses a lot of acceleration. Let's see. Second gear, 4000 RPMs. Yeah guys, massive difference. Massive difference. If it goes fast, so low, once the VTEC kicks in, you're gonna pop wheelies. Unfortunately, I cannot demonstrate it right now here in the city, because the moment you hit VTEC, you are so high in speed. Thank God you heard me. If you have the same bike, that's how you can make it way faster. Of course, I'm gonna elaborate more when I go for a long trip to see how the gearing affects my traveling. But now, look how low it is. It literally flies. Alright guys, time for the update. First thing I'm gonna let you know is if the speedometer works as it should. Like I said before, I'm not quite sure if this bike has the you know, the meter, whatever that is, on the front ABS or not. As far as I can see, previously it used to read like 5 miles, you know, more. So if I was going 25, it was actually 20. Right now it reads exactly what it is, which is, I guess, a good thing. So I don't need to use a speedo healer. Speedo healer is, you know, this machine that fixes your speedo. So I go now 21 and the GPS says 20. I go now 22 and the GPS says 21. So we're exactly almost on our speed. Previously I was going 25 and it was 21. So if you have similar bike as mine, VFR, the F variant or this, and you change your sprocket to 1544, 15 front, 44 rear, then you don't have to use a speedo healer. Okay, I hope this information is gonna be helpful for you. It's not only about the speed. For example, you don't really know what speed you do. It's also about the mileage. Because if your speedometer reads more miles, that means your bike is gonna show, you know, higher mileage, although it wouldn't. If that makes sense. If your, you know, if your speedo reads so much more than it should, then the bike thinks you're traveling more, but you're not. 30 on the speedometer, 28, 29 on the GPS. That's fantastic. Now, how the gearing feels, well, judge for yourself. With 3,000-4,000 RPM, which this bike should be dead, all of a sudden pulls like crazy. I don't know why Honda uses such a tall gearings for their bikes, you know. I could never get it. In this video you have all the information you want. You know the brands of the sprockets I chose, JT. You know the brand of the chain, 525 112 links DID chain. We had to remove one link because it was too long for some reason. So from 112 links now is 111 links. You know about the speedometer, what's happening. That's pretty much it. I think you have all the info you want. And all, you know, in-depth review, let's say, to see what kind of speed I'm getting compared to before, I need to go out. I cannot speed in the city. It's just not smart. Yeah, guys, this is a small update for you of how does it feel with the new sprockets and chain. I hope that was useful for you guys. And you guys have a lovely, lovely day. See ya.